Well, welcome back. Let's talk business. In a desperate bid to fill the budgetary deficits and meet revenue targets, the government, through Kenya Revenue Authority, introduced new taxes in the country, just in the middle of a pandemic. And as KTN's Brian George Otieno narrates, all is not well with Kenya entrepreneurs amidst a struggling economy.
In this location, it gives you drivers automatically.
I am at Parklands area, Nairobi. My destination is the Central Business District. I request a cab on a popular taxi hailing application. Moments later, Robert Mahondo, my driver, arrives. The COVID-19 protocols ensue as it is a requirement for all service providers and businesses here in Kenya. And off we go. As we drive on, I notice he is unhappy. Because in Kenya, taxi drivers are a huge source of information, I inquire what bothers him. The infamous 1.5% digital tax that the taxman KRA introduced earlier in the year is a big setback to his business.
From the initial reaction that I had when we heard about the intention of the government, and it's part of the submissions that we made.
Robert also opines that the move is ill-motivated and is not healthy for small and medium enterprises in the country, and especially for its digital economy.
The digital space is very young, and the government needs to do much more to increase its penetration and its impact in the economy.
Currently, India leads the world in the digital service tax rates, standing at a whopping 6.5%. And while he appreciates the government's efforts to achieve tax revenue goals, he insists as a country we are not mature yet for the new regimes like DST. The minimum tax is among new tax regimes that KRA introduced in a bid to meet tax revenue targets. The tax rate is at 1% of the gross turnover, applicable from January 2021 through amendments to the Income Tax Act (ITA) last year. The minimum tax was introduced alongside the digital service tax, which is computed at 1.5% of the gross transaction value of the digital service. DST, as it is commonly known, will affect e-commerce platforms, content creators on YouTube, digital influencers, and other forms of digital marketing. Perhaps this could be the reason why the taxman has been getting his act right in the recent past, even amidst a pandemic.
But we have seen a very sustained, effort in collection by KRA.
However, it has not been all rosy for KRA, as this is all but a reflection of a turnaround from a series of missed revenue targets dating 8 years back. Data shows KRA has been struggling to meet its revenue targets since 2013. But a major party spoiler for Kenyans may be coming soon if the proposed 16% value-added tax on certain commodities is approved by Parliament. VAT is said to be imposed on goods such as bread and liquefied petroleum.
The Treasury wants to get to a place where they can recommend value-added tax, probably implement it, without having to go to Parliament for approval.
For now, the taxes will weigh heavily on the citizenry as they hang on the last shaky string of hope, either an economic recovery or an almost impossible revoking of the new taxes. Brian George Otieno, KTN News, Nairobi.
The biggest miller in the country has for the past 6 years been in financial